Hey, welcome back to A Faster Me. This is the Glendora Mountain Road. There's a little downhill video from the shack to the gate. That's just kind of one of the popular segments out here on this road. We usually climb it going from gate to shack, and that's the shack right there to the left. And this is just the descent from that part. We just kind of cruised up today. It's cold. It was kind of a casual ride. Had a couple people from my race team and then a few others from our cycling club. And we just kind of chilled and climbed up the road and then, kind of went back down. And it's funny. I was the perfect example of a bad employee. I was the last one to the top and the first one down, so it was last in, first to leave. But yeah, it's fun. That's Tony Dang in front of me and Marlena in front of him. And as soon as I get a chance, I want to pass them and then kind of put in a little bit of a fast descent. Originally, I kind of wanted to go for a PR, but then I didn't. I just kind of chilled. I'm going to be going fast, but I'm not going to be like really accelerating out of every corner. Just going to kind of tuck and coast most of the way. So I think I still averaged about 30 miles per hour on this run. And yeah, if you like fast descents, this is like a beautiful ride. The road's a little bit beat up here and there, but it's really twisty. So it's not just a straight downhill. It's really twisty with a little uphill coming up here. And then the rest is a pretty nice descent. It's about just about an 8-mile descent. And I think I averaged 30 on this one. Not nothing too special, but it wasn't exactly slow either. So anyway, if you notice on the screen, I have a bunch of different displays as far as the metrics are displayed. The Garmin Virb or the Virb software, it's been discontinued for a long time, so it's not supported or anything. And it's super glitchy now. For all of the last year, the GPS maps kind of disappeared. So you can't see and line up your stats with your video. I kind of found some ways to do it, but now on this video, it's like nothing's kind of working on that software. I mean, it's working, but it's just super glitchy. There was no way for me to line up the metrics or anything. So I'm trying this out. I don't know. I'll have to probably customize some of the displays and stick to some type of standard. But, I'm just playing with it. This is my first time playing with this one. So the metrics that you see is what you get for this one. And anyway, it's kind of cool. I mean, if you look to the left, there's a map, and then to the right is a dynamic GPS map. It's a little bit off, like a couple seconds in front of me. So it's almost like a preview of the road to come, but really it's about 2-3 seconds off from where I'm at on the video. And I believe the power, all the analytics are basically the same, maybe like 2-3 seconds off. They start a little bit before what the video shows. So anyway, we got the regular GPS map to the left, the dynamic map up top to the right. Then got the temperature mid left with the grade to the mid right, the cadence to the bottom right, speed bottom left, and then in the middle there's power and there's distance traveled. So this ride, we started this descent about 17 miles into this ride. We only did a 32-mile ride. It was kind of a chill day because we had our end of the year team meeting a little bit later. So we had to, go home, get dressed, all that, and then head back out. So yeah, so this is one of my favorite roads. I kind of know the road almost like the back of my hand. I've done it hundreds of times, literally, on a motorcycle. If you ever saw any of my other YouTube channels where I used to ride and race motorcycles, yeah, I was on this road a lot. I don't know how many videos I have of this road, either going up or down it. So I literally can probably draw out all 8 miles of this road if I tried to. Today had to be a little careful. Since we went up, I was able to see where all the dirt and rocks and stuff that had fallen off, and some from the rain that had washed across the road. So there's some pretty sketch spots where there was like a lot of gravel and rocks in some of the corners. You'll probably see it on video where I kind of navigate them safely. The speed still looks kind of high. I mean, I was going through those corners, some of them, I don't know, from 27 to about 32 miles per hour. But, you know, it's one thing. Yeah, I mean, it's a double-edged sword. Like, one, it's a risk you don't really need to take. You don't need to fly through a corner that has dirt in it. But at the same time, when you're on a bike, like the road is extremely wide. Just the lane itself is wide because our tires are so small. So we have a lot of room to move around within the lane and still be safe. And it's the same thing with like a little bit of dirt. A lot of people panic when they see dirt, hit their brakes, stuff like that. But really all you need to do is straighten up your bike for that little split second that you go through the dirt, and then everything's fine. But what a lot of people do is they start squeezing on their brakes and trying to slow down through the dirt, and then they slide out, or they try to stay at a lean angle while in the dirt because they think they have to turn before, like, you know, before the end of the road or whatever. But yeah, you have time. You just got to go straight and then turn, you know, right after you clear the dirt or whatever. Make sure you have enough traction. So yeah. So anyway, there's more room than we give ourselves credit for sometimes. So I'm also taking like I said before, like there's a lot of room within the lane. So I'm basically taking a out in out approach just to keep speed up and carry as much speed as I can without pedaling or having to accelerate out of every corner. So because the weather stripping and bumps in the road, rocks, stuff like that, sometimes you're not able to take the optimum line. But like I said, the road's so wide, like, you know, you still get to navigate hazards safely. A lot of decreasing radius on this road. If you see, like right there was more pebbles or whatever in the road. And another hazard is, if you see by the double yellow, there's these cutouts of like for the reflectors, or like kind of like a speed bump to let you know when you're crossing over the double yellow. And those things are about 2 inches deep, about four inches wide, and about 2 feet long. So on a bicycle, those are actual hazards also, and they're pretty sharp. They can actually like cut your tire as well. So you don't want to run over that double yellow or those little trenches that they have next to it to let cars know when they're crossing over the lane. So yeah, so here you'll see what I'm talking about, like as far as how much room is in the lane. This is kind of like the straightest part on the road. It's basically about I don't know, maybe a half a mile straight away, maybe a little bit more than a half a mile. I'm not sure. Going almost 40 miles per hour, so you kind of cover that distance fast. So I don't really know how far it is. But at the end of it, there's a left-right chicane. And you can tell on a bicycle, because the road is so wide for us and our tires are so small, you don't need to actually turn left, right really hard like a lot of people do. You don't have to follow the contours of the road, really. You can kind of straight line it through here. And as you see, I'll hit the yellow right here with the apex, and then I'll dip it to the right with the apex right there. And you're basically like straight lining it through there instead of going at extreme lean angles and scrubbing speed. You can just hold your speed and go straight through. So another thing is too, two of my teammates had left before me, and you know, they had climbed up a little bit faster, even though they had a chill pace. But they don't descend. They don't like descending like really fast. So I was trying to actually catch them as well. Sean and Nick kind of went down a little bit earlier, and I did kind of beat them by like a minute, but they had a couple minute head start on me, so I actually never saw them. But so I still put in a little bit of effort here, you know, just trying to have a little fun. It was cold though. I mean, you can see the temperature's now down 10 degrees from when the video started, I believe. And with the wind chill and stuff and just how fast you're going, you know, my hands were actually a little numb coming down. You know, not to mention you're pretty steep with the lean angle with your body weight getting pushed forward. So a lot of pressure sometimes can be on your hands. You gotta just make sure to relax and keep the pressure off your hands and transfer that to your core. And also just keeping your head up and looking through the turn. And like I said, if you can see the GoPro, you'll see I'm looking like well in front of the turn. And that just makes every turn a little bit straighter. Once you can see like your exit through the turn, it's easier to like judge the inputs on the bike of how steep you have to turn or how steep you have to lean in order to make the turn. So just makes it a lot safer having your head up and around. Also, it slows down your sense of speed. When you're looking down at the ground, it makes you think you're going faster than you are, or you just kind of, you know, pay more attention to the ground moving under you. So if you lift your eyes up, kind of level with the horizon, turn your head as far as you can go looking through the turn, just makes cornering and descending a lot easier, a lot safer, and it slows everything down for you. So yeah, sometimes you'll see too, I'll make sure I'll take the time to like look over the edge or just look out, kind of like I did right there, just seeing lakes and stuff in the distance. That's also just a kind of subconscious, or for me it's conscious, but it's a little bit of a subconscious way to stay calm too while you're descending and not put too much emphasis on the road. Even though you need your attention span to be on the road, you also want to stay calm and relaxed and be able to see all your surroundings. So every once in a while I do something like that. I'll look at, check out the views while I'm descending and just stay relaxed. So if you can see too, I just went through a bunch of other dirt too. So just those are the things you got to watch out for. And descending on a road like this, like it's beautiful when it's clean and you can really fly down the hill. But today I'm taking a little bit easy and I still went a decent pace. So I think I was only about, 30 seconds or so off my fastest time. And kind of to give you some context or something, there's something to compare to. I think Corey Williams has the KOM for this descent, Corey from Legion. And I think my fastest is about 14 minutes and 25 seconds. And I think he did it in like 12:25 or something. So I think he has like 2 minutes faster than I'm going. So if you think about it, on my fastest, I averaged like 31. I think Corey, I think averaged about 34 or 35 coming downhill. So, and being that he's lighter than me, yeah, that's a pretty good effort because I'm pretty sure he was accelerating out of corners and things like that. He may have it on one of his videos even. But yeah, it doesn't really get too much better than this. I know some people like the just like straight down hills, like coming down Angela's Crest or something, but to me that's too fast. It's just like a straight shot for a long time, getting your speed really high, or even coming down the other side of Mount Baldy. I'm not a big fan of that as well. Too many cars, and I got sucked up in a draft one time with some cars coming down Mount Baldy. That wasn't good, and that was over 50 plus miles per hour, about 56 miles per hour or so. And yeah, it becomes very hard to stop when you're in that draft and there's bumps in the road and there's cars in front of you. So I like GMR better. It's a lot tighter, a lot more twisty. Speeds are a little bit lower, but it's still a really fast descent. Getting pretty close to the bottom of the hill. It's about a 2,000 foot descent. I can't remember the exact, feet gained or whatever going up, but I want to say it's somewhere near 2,000. We started about 600 feet, I think, sea level. So again, that was another turn with a lot of dirt in it. I did have to slow down, but as you can see, I still took it at close to 30 miles per hour going through there, probably about 27 or so. And that's what I was talking about. Even though it's in a hairpin turn, right in the center of one of the turns, I mean, you still have a lot of room. All you have to do is straighten up your bike for like 1 second, literally half a second. And yeah, you'll make it through there just fine, and then you're able to turn your bike. And it's the same situation here. There's some dirt right there to the right, so I went and did an early apex here. But again, the road is super wide. We can probably have 3 of us descending side by side at the same time if it's 3 people you trust. So yeah, only a few more corners to go. And when I got to this spot, I thought, you know what? I came down pretty clean. It was a pretty clean run. And I didn't have too many people that I had to pass or slow down for. No cars. I didn't pass any cars or any bikes. So I thought, hey, I might be close to a PR here. And once I passed the last little hairpin turn here, I decided to put a little sprint. The only thing is, like, you're in such a heavy gear because I always descend in like the heaviest gear just so there'll be some tension in the pedals if I have to use balance. Nothing worse than pushing on a pedal and you're in so light of a gear that there's no tension and you don't have any balance coming down at 30 plus. So right here, my cadence is just super slow trying to accelerate. As you can tell, I started off at lower than 70 RPMs. That's just a lot of like muscle you have to use to get the cranks moving. I think I only hit 41 miles per hour here and about 1,070 watts. I know it doesn't show it on the screen, but that's what my stats registered. And yeah, that's about it. So hopefully you enjoyed the little descent here. We don't have much race content, so I'm just putting out, anything that I shoot video on and that I think people may be interested in as far as like the beauty of cycling. I don't do like product reviews and all that kind of stuff, so I'm not really a big entertainment channel. I just like the raw footage of the things I do. So thank you guys for watching, and see you next time.